It should be going up in any second now. I'm watching. Wait for it. And hey, guys, how's it going there? It's me, Bozo D. Luffy, back again with another video here today. And I just want to say, my last video, I'm disappointed. I uploaded it at 1080, 60 frames per second. And it only came out at 360p. So I'm a little bit frustrated and don't know what to do about it. But hopefully that doesn't happen to this video, because that's disappointing, as I have this very nice camera here. You know? Anyway, today I'm going to be ranking One Piece arcs. And this might be pretty quick, because I already know my opinion on these. And I could make a longer, more formatted video, but I gotta wait for my roommate and co-host of Weebified, T Funny Bunny, T Trisket, to catch up to One Piece. He's still in Dressrosa, and I think he should catch up before he formulates an opinion on, any of this kind of thing. So I'm going to be waiting for that. But today I'm going to be doing it solo, and here we go. Let's just hop right in. Oh, by the way, I'm shooting for 100 subs, if I can, on YouTube. 100 subs. That's the goal. And if you can help me get there, I think I could do a Pokemon randomizer Nuzlocke. I think that might be the move. And I'll do that right here on twitch.tv/BozoDLuffy. Weebified. Okay? Okay. Anyway, let's get to it. So, starting off here, we have Drum Island. Winter. Christmas. Chopper's introduction. Kureha. We got the great speech from Hirlik. What is it? Dalton, Wapple. See, Wapple's a downside of this arc. The arc. We get Luffy climbing the mountain. That's an amazing Luffy moment. We get the Snow Bunny things. I'm gonna pop Drum Island in B tier. I think it's a good arc with a lot of highs, but it's just not one of my personal favorites, and I don't get a ton of enjoyment. I like the introduction of early Chopper. I like Here Look. I love Luffy's climb. But other than that, it felt a bit stale to me personally, which, that's to each their own. So I'll keep going here. We got Alabasta. I think Alabasta, A for Alabasta, right? That makes sense. Alabasta was like the first mega saga that actually paid off in early One Piece. And that's when I felt like, Baratier, I had already decided, One Piece is for me. But by that time, I'd gotten to Alabasta. I thought, wow, One Piece is one of the greats. This is amazing. The storytelling here is amazing. And from then on, I was hooked. I determined, I said, I am watching the rest of this show. I am going to catch up. And now here we are. Wano Kuni, Alabasta has so many amazing moments. Every Straw Hat gets a moment to shine. Chopper's new to the crew. Zoro cutting steel. Mr. 2, come on. Nami gets to be useful. Amazing. Usopp and Chopper's fight was outstanding. I love that so much. Baroque Works was an interesting villain at the time. Crocodile's still an interesting guy. Just, there's a lot going for Alabasta, and I personally like desert settings. So, and then we had the X's, VV. Nakama. Now we have Jaya. For me, Jaya's short, sweet, and simple. Hey, Dynamo. Good to see ya. Dynamo. Dynamo's made it, everybody. And yeah, I knew you couldn't make it yesterday. It's all good, but you can go watch the video on Bozo D. Luffy, Weebified, YouTube. Yeah, but I was saying, Dynamo, I uploaded the video, and I'm streaming it here, right, at 1080p, 60 frames per second, and I upload it on YouTube, and then all of a sudden it's 360p, and I can't get any better quality, which is frustrating. But you can watch the review here on Twitch, and you could get the nice quality. Anyway, yeah, it's just me alone today. Jaya. I think Jaya's short and simple. You get the punch. You get Blackbeard's introduction. It's amazing. I think I'd have to put it one under Alabasta, based on a little less happens, and it's more of a setup arc. rather than the payoff arc of a giant mega arc. A lot of arc. Count how many times I say arc in this video. Oh, thank you, Dynamo. You're so sweet. Dynamo, ladies and gentlemen. Dynamo. Again. Jaya. Yeah, I just think, Jaya, there's nothing inherently wrong with Jaya. It's amazing. Skypia. Now, my co-host would say Skypia is an S tier. Probably. He really likes Skypia a lot more than me, but I'd put Skypia as a high B. I think, to me, we spend a lot of time learning about the Sky Island and then spend a majority of the time in a jungle on the Sky Island. I didn't really care for the priests. I liked Enaru, whatever your cup of tea is. I liked him a lot. Eminem, that's what I call him. I really liked him. I enjoyed his presence. I liked everything about him. Super badass. Obviously, Luffy was the perfect counter. So that led to a little less than interesting fight. I liked the climbing of the beanstalk, just the rumble fruit. Amazing. But for me, Skypia, I had slow moments. And I think it could have been a little shortened. Just a little. I mean, that's saying a lot. A B tier arc in One Piece is an S tier arc in most other anime. So it's a good score. Long Ring, Longland, I think is my first C tier. I wouldn't say D. I think I really enjoyed the Davy Back fight until the second Davy Back fight, which I believe the second Davy Back is filler. But after the first one, I was like, that was fun. But then they did a second one. I was like, oh, this is a lot. Afro Luffy's fun. Foxy has an amazing fruit, but he's foxy, you know what I mean? So I think it's just a little bit of wasted potential. And I'd like to see a Davy Back fight come back. I think, actually, this is one of my running theories, is that Shanks and Luffy might have a Davy Back fight. Water 7 is A. Okay, yeah, we'll get... Oh, yeah, Dynamo. We just hit Water 7. Dynamo thinks Water 7's A or above. I think Water 7 will be an S tier. I think it's undeniably one of the best. It's a setup arc. Listen, Usopp. Usopp in Water 7 has such an amazing character arc. Oh, my goodness. What else do we have? We have the Galley Law turning, the CP9 reveal, Robin leaving the crew. There are so many by the end of Water 7, when they're on the train, I'm like, my heart is beating, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's happening to the crew? They're falling apart. I thought everything was going well. What happened? And, just the emotion that it evokes puts it in S immediately. This is when One Piece got really good. This is when One Piece became the best anime, in my opinion. Manga as well. Just Water 7's a major turning point. And, okay. Then let's do Enies Lobby, which is, I think, one above Water 7, just due to the fact that Water 7 is Enies Lobby is the payoff of Water 7, which is an amazing setup arc, which led to an amazing payoff, which is Enies Lobby. We get the Straw Hats lined up. Robin wants to live. Shoot the flag down, Soja King. Soja King's mask off moment when Luffy's losing against Lucci. Gear 2, Gear 3. This is easily one of the best arcs in One Piece and in anime. Right? I mean, everyone loves Enies Lobbies. I don't think there's a lot more to say other than that. You get it. The raid on the world government's the raid on Enies Lobby. Then we have post Enies Lobby even. Now, if I remember correctly, this is when, right, I see Garp here. We realize Garp is Luffy's grandfather. Monkey D. Dragon is Luffy's father. You're like, whoa, really? That's interesting. The guy from Logue Town is Monkey D. Dragon. Wow. Then you get Kobe's glow up. You're like, oh, we get the payoff of that. We get the goodbye of the Mary. Oh, the goodbye of, oh my gosh, I didn't even mention that in Water 7. The whole Mary arc. Frankie in both of these. We get the goodbye to the Mary. I mean, this, I'd say top of A. I'd say it's more of a cool down arc. So there's not too much credit I could give there. But for what it is, it does it perfectly, I think. I think it's amazing. Thriller Bark. Now, I think Thriller Bark is the top of B. And I think that's safe to say because the beginning of Thriller Bark is very interesting. The middle of Thriller Bark is, can we get to here already? And then when you get to the end of Thriller Bark, it becomes amazing. It becomes an S tier. So I think here's the thing with Thriller Bark. It goes from a D to a B to an S. So I think B is the most fair because that's where, that'll even out all of the ups and downs in the middle downtime. There's a lot of downtime. It's very Tim Burton. Nothing happened, right? Nothing happened alone might make Thriller Bark an S tier moment. But as an overall arc, if you watched it from start to finish, I think it landed in the B. It has some of the best One Piece moments, but it also has some moments that really drag. It's kind of like Skypia. Skypia has some really great moments, but it has moments that drag for me. And I think Thriller Bark's one above, honestly. I did like Thriller Bark. Now, Saburi Archipelago is, I think, the best arc in One Piece at this point. Worst Generation, which holds a bunch of my favorite characters. No brainer. The whole slavery thing tying back around, amazing. Celestial Dragons, the punch, amazing moments. That punch held so much weight. When Luffy did that, we all knew the consequence. That's what's so good about Oda. He built the anticipation because Zoro almost hit one earlier in the arc, but was stopped by Jewelry Bonnie, I believe. She's like, what are you doing? And just getting that payoff, that sweet payoff, oh my goodness. And just to result in Kizaru showing up and Kuma, who we just saw, who can wipe the floor with everyone. Brink Luffy's devastation. That I cried so hard during that moment because it hit so hard. It was just amazing. I think, sorry about that. I think that was just absolutely, that might be like the cream of the crop One Piece moment. And there's a lot to do in that arc, Dark King Rayleigh. Anyway, you get it. You've seen it. It's amazing. Romance Dawn. It does what it needs. And now, if we're talking about the anime, then I would say post-war is a very important one. We'll get there, Dynamo. We'll get there. Romance Dawn does what it needs to do. If we're talking Alvida's ship for the anime at the start and for the manga, it starts with the backstory. I like both. I'm going to put it above Skypia but below Thriller Bark. I think it's fine. I think it does exactly what it needs to do to establish Luffy and Shanks. I mean, this is one of the, people always point back at the Shanks use the Conqueror's hockey, right? Which is just genius foreshadowing once again. But, there's not even much to really say about Romance Dawn. It's fine. It does what it needs. It establishes our main character, and it establishes Shanks, who's one of the most mysterious characters. Amazon Lily. Now, this is post-Luffy getting yeeted off of Saburi. And I really like I love Boa Hancock. I love the backstory with Boa Hancock tying back to Fisher Tiger. Everything ties back to something in One Piece, doesn't it? It's amazing. The Luffy's pulling the mushroom off and they couldn't get that one mushroom off. That was pretty funny. Amazon Lily, I like right about there. I think it was fine. There's, like I said, I think a B tier One Piece arc is an S tier in most other anime. Right. So it's not a bad ranking. It was really good for what it needed to do. It was just, to me, it was kind of the in-between, and it was a good in-between, a really good one. I enjoyed it. It was fun. We got to see Luffy use the hockey. We got to learn a little more about hockey at that time. So that's good. Impel Down. How do I feel about Impel Down? Impel Down. It's definitely going to go A, I think. I think it's my bottom of A. I know a lot of people like Impel Down more than me, probably. Whoop, sorry. New mouse, it does the zoom thing. I think it's a very interesting arc. I think, Dynamo, yeah. Impel Down was interesting. That's exactly what I just said. That's funny. It was Mr. 2, right? We get Bone Clay. We get all the villains coming back, which was great. Chasing down Ace. Boa sneaking in Luffy. Blackbeard showing up. Magellan. Oh, man. But I'm not sure if I really digged the whole vibe, but I definitely enjoyed the ride while I was there, I think, is the best way for me to explain how I felt about Impel Down. So for that, it'll land at the bottom of A. Marineford is, once again, the best arc we've seen yet in One Piece by this point. It just topped Saburi. It's like, I could sit here and talk. I could sit here and make a 4-hour video, 5-hour, 10-hour video if I had my friends here about Marineford, because there's so much that goes on, right? All the warlords, all the Marines, all the interesting pirates we've heard about. Oh, wow, a Yonko's here. Everybody's here. The One Piece is real, my friends. Luffy falling out of the sky. I mean, come on. You've seen Marineford. You know what happens. We don't even need to talk about it. It's a wrap. It's a wash. Now, post-war, here we go. This is what Dynamo's been waiting for. Luffy's traumatized. It's a sad arc. Plus it has the backstory for Luffy. It has the backstory for Luffy, Ace, Sabo. Where Sabo just kind of gets put into existence. Yeah, it was important, but did I enjoy it, Dynamo? That's the question. I'm gonna have to give it A. The backstory was honestly a little bland, a little dry, and I wish I would have known that about Ace beforehand. Rest in peace. Spoilers. I'll put it here. I don't think I like it more than Alabasta. I think the Jinbei moment is powerful. Law, I love Law. Trafalgar Law's he's definitely a top 5 character in One Piece for me. That Jinbei moment is really like what the cherry on the cake. Rayleigh swam there, which was odd. And then this is when Luffy's like, yo, I got to train. This is it. I got to be that guy. I got to step up for the crew. My friends are still alive. My Nakama. Hold on. The straw's coming on. The hat's coming out. My Nakama. All right. Let's keep this going. Return to Saburi. This is going to be a B tier. Yeah, I think right there. I think when I first watched it, it was so hype. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, Luffy just wrecked a pacifista. In the fake Straw Hats, which are the real Straw Hats, obviously, were funny. We get introduced to Caribou. Woohoo. It was a really good arc. But I think it was more of a hype sesh. Like, oh my gosh, the Straw Hats are back in action. Let's go. You get to see everyone's new designs. It's amazing. But in retrospect, if I went back and watched it, I'd be bored. So I'm going to have to put it in B due to that. Just the nature of what it is. It's like a hype fest for the Straw Hats return, which was super hype at first. But on rewatch, I think it'd be a little less interesting to me. Yo, Dynamo. Oh my gosh, I have to show this. T Funny Bunny, who's always with me. He hates Punk Hazard. Dynamo just said in chat, Punk Hazard was epic. I really enjoyed Punk Hazard. I feel the exact same way. Are we on Punk Hazard? Is that next? Oh no, it's coming. Let's just rate it right now. Oh, I feel the exact same way, Dynamo. He's like, I hate that arc. I'm like, what? You hated Punk Hazard? Bro, if you're a Law fan, you're a Punk Hazard fan. Do you even realize what Punk Hazard is? It's where Aokiji and Kuzan fought to cause the landscape. Come on. Come on. Dude, okay, let's do Punk Hazard. It's an A. I like it more than Jaya. I like it right there. I think Punk Hazard has lows. It has some serious lows. Like the kids' storyline, I didn't care about too much. The Yeti Cool Brothers were so pog. Totally. But I think just like the Law, he's like, I've destroyed the cogs. And it like sets in motion where we are right now in Wano. And it's so necessary. And it's so epic. And there's so many epic moments with Zoro against Monet. Right? Virgo's full body armament hockey. Law cutting the whole place in half. Bro, Baby 5 flying in on Buffalo's back and turning into a missile and fighting Frankie on the ship was so exciting. We get the heart swap scene where he kills Monet before she detonates. Oh my goodness. They're just like, it just kind of escalates for me is how I felt while I was watching it. It's like I'm on an escalator and it just keeps going up slowly until there's this big climax. Dynamo says my tier list is similar to what he would have. I'm sure you'd tweak a few things around, but I'm glad to hear we have good taste. That means you have good taste, Dynamo. That's all that means, man. All right, Fishman Island. Here's where we get another C tier, in my opinion. I'm sorry. I know it's like a popular thing to bash on Fishman Island, but I really loved the themes of racism and how it could tie back to Arlong. I loved that. That is S tier theming for me. Where it's not executed well is Hody Jones and the Fishman. I mean, Zoro just fought the best fishman under sea, and it was like a playmate. Like, he just sauced the guy. Absolutely sauced him. Luffy just sauced Hody, and Hody just kept eating steroids. I'm like, what are you doing? And then some prophecy about the boat coming, and the boat comes, and then Luffy goes, you know, with the elephant guns. He does an elephant Gatling, I think. And then Red Hawk's revealed, but it's underwater. I feel like Fishman Island was so hyped up since really early One Piece. And we finally got there, and I love the environment and the theming behind it. And Otohime's amazing. Shirahoshi's was a little bit annoying, but it was interesting to find out she was, Pluton? She's not Pluton. She's an ancient weapon. I can't remember what. Poseidon. She's Poseidon. Oh my gosh, why'd I call her Pluton? But yeah, Fishman Island was... Oh, Dynamo said it was like a demonstration more than an arc. True. And it was like, oh, the world government's bad, part 59, you know. Dressrosa's an A for me. It's a better Alabasta. Yeah, I'm going to have to put it top of A. I think Dressrosa... Now, T Funny Bunny, if you're watching right here, please stop watching right here or skip forward past the Dressrosa talk. Dressrosa, Gear 4 Bounce Man. Right. The toys. Rebecca's storyline was actually interesting to me for once. The side characters seemed a little more interesting. Kyros was so cool. Here comes the G. Here comes the G, boys, right? Oh my gosh. Frankie and Baby Man. What's his name? Oh, I wish I could think of his name. You know what I'm talking about. The baby guy. His backstory was amazing, too. Baby 5 herself. Senior Pink. His name's Senior Pink. Oh my gosh. I love Senior Pink. The Dofi family was so cool. Dofi himself was so cool. The birdcage was an asshole. Fujitora. The beginning of Dressrosa, you get Fujitora, Law. Oh my gosh, Law's backstory. There's so much good in Dressrosa. But it is a long arc. It's a mega arc. Sugar. Yeah. Dynamo just said the ability of the toy thing. Yes, Sugar is hacks. But when Sugar was about to touch them and Usopp had that clutch ass. Oh my god, that shot. Bro, his observation hockey, oh my goodness. Okay, see, there's so many hype moments in Dressrosa. Honestly, let's put it bottom of S. What am I doing? It's an amazing arc. It's an amazing arc. Yeah, no, it's bottom of S. I think it's a little too long, a little too played out, but it's amazing. Honestly, Dofi was really cool, but I think the awakening thing seemed weird to me. Now that I understand what the awakening is, but when I first watched that, I was like, what? What did he just do? I was like, what? What did this... But now I'm like, oh, he awakened his... Okay. Makes sense now, in retrospect, right? It's just how it be. Zoe's an S tier. I like Zoe more than Dressrosa. I'm gonna put Dressrosa back at the top of A. What am I doing? I'll put Zoe at the bottom of S. I thought Zoe was short, simple, to the point. Sanji, it sets up Whole Cake. Minx are so cool. Zoe is so easy. Like, it's just so simple, the plot. Raizo is safe. Raizo's safe. Let's move on. Raizo's safe. Whole Cake Island is another S tier. I like Whole Cake more than any slobby. That's just a fact to me. I think Whole Cake is just... I love Germa. Germa's just like the Power Rangers. They're so cool. Sanji's backstory, part 2. Right? If the first one wasn't already riveting enough, now he gets a second backstory that is twice as interesting. When he gets pulled away, and the great thing about Whole Cake is he wants so bad to resist this, but he has to pretend like he can't. And it's that dynamic, and Luffy's like, don't lie to... You're not even lying to me anymore. You're just lying to yourself. And like... bringing him the food in the rain when he said, I'm going to stand here and you're going to come back here. And he did. You know what? Because when Luffy says something, he means it. Then guess what? Katakuri, right? Snake Man, right? Come on. There's way too much hype in Whole Cake to ignore how good it is. Even if you have wedding cakey, the arc, right? You know what I'm talking about. Big Mom doesn't know a lot of words, but there's so much hype, it can't be ignored. All right, Orange Town. Let's look over at Chad here. Here we go, Dynamo. I love God Buggy, but I need to admit Orange Town may not be high tier. You right, Dynamo. I would personally put it in S for nostalgia. Orange Town? Dynamo. I thought we were better than this, Dynamo. I thought we were bros. I'm just kidding, man. Orange Town. Okay, nostalgia, sure. It's got to be a C tier for me. It's got to be the bottom of C tier. I'm sorry. When I first watched Orange Town, I didn't even find it that interesting. I didn't like Buggy then either. I thought Buggy sucked in Orange Town. Buggy's a fine wine, you know. With more time, he gets better for sure. Buggy's now the best character in One Piece, but he started at the bottom. Now he's here, right? You're right. Nostalgia. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, Dynamo. It had to be done. Orange Town. I don't like Unicycle Guy. I don't like the dog. The dog. I'm sorry. I know that's a hot take. People like the dog. Anyway, Reverie. Reverie, in my opinion, might be one of the most overhyped One Piece arcs that ever existed. Because we still don't know shit about it. Bro, I'll put it at bottom of A. Due to intrigue. I'm intrigued for sure. We got to see the revolutionaries. We got to see Kuma. We got to see, like... It's like Oda just dangles this carrot in front of us. That's the Reverie. I'm going to put it top of B. Honestly, I'm going to put it top of B for now. I think Reverie might be overhyped because I need to see what happened at the Reverie to determine if what happened during the arc, the Reverie. Oh my gosh, we get big news, Morgan. Big news! When he fights that CP, he got some CP0 or some CP9 or some CP something hidden up in his newspaper place, and he's boxing him. Whatever, I'm just going to leave it there. I don't really know what to say about the Reverie. It's a confusing, interesting one. Wano Country is currently my favorite arc. It hasn't even finished, so I know that's not fair, and when it does finish, I'm sure my co-host will be caught up by then, and we'll come back and revisit this, and we'll see if this was the right move. But for now, Wano is, I mean, just the Akiaza 9, right? It's like Cat Viper, who's one of my favorite characters. That's why I love Zoe so much, by the way. I love Cat Viper. He's probably top 5 character as well for me, just like Law. In Wano Country, just learning about Odin, then getting to learn about, like, we're getting so much knowledge, and, like, Wano as a concept already hooks me. Plus, we get Kaido, as Dynamo has pointed out. Kaido is a very interesting character. Kaido is amazing. Not Orochi, Ella. Yeah, Orochi sucks, but he's so good at sucking. Like, I hate him. So Oda did a good job making me hate Orochi. But there's so many OP Zoan fruits in Wano. It's crazy. The Beast Pirates are monsters. The Straw Hats are all getting to shine once again. It's like this is like the glory days of One Piece right here, Wano. And it's just so stylized. So slick, man. Luffy is finally like the man that I've been waiting for him to be, and he's just elite, you know what I mean? The raid suit. Zoro's popping off every time we see him. There's just so much, everyone's popping off. There's so much deep, interesting there's so much deep, interesting lore in Wano that I even want to know more and more and more about all these interesting Wano characters. And so for now, it's my favorite arc. And following that, we have Syrup Village, which is going to be the top of my seat. No, I'll put it here. I think I'm okay with Captain Kuro. I think a lot of people hate Captain Kuro. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Usopp. I'm okay with the setting, and I didn't hate it when I watched it, and I didn't think it was too terrible. Let's put it back here one. Let's put it at one above Orangetown. I liked it more than Orangetown when I originally watched. I thought Usopp was a neat, grounded character at first. Captain Kuro and Luffy fighting was interesting. That's about it, really. Nothing much to say there. God, Usopp fans are raging right now. Yes, they probably are. But God, Usopp's in Dressrosa. I put him up here. I love Usopp. Hey, whoa. Think about this. Water 7's way up here. That's when Usopp shines to me. That's my favorite Usopp moment. Then God Usopp. Forgive me, God Usopp fans. I will pray to the mega church of God Usopp tonight. I assure you. Next, we have Baratier, which will be, I like it a little less than Thriller Bark. I'm going to put it right there. Baratier is when I went, I was watching One Piece. I was like, yeah, I could see why people like this. Then I watched Baratier and I said, One Piece. Yes, and then I swished my glass of wine around and said, yes, One Piece. Then Mihawk showed up. And I said, yes, One Piece. A lot of things happen. Baratier needs to be a high. Remember the history with Sanji. Mihawk first appeared. I did just say Mihawk. Okay, Sanji. The history. Yeah. Zeph's amazing. A lot did happen. Luffy versus Don Krieg was actually a very interesting fight, to be fair. The feeding of the... Ooh, wow. There's a lot going on. I like it more than Impel Down, actually. And Jaya. And Punk Hazard. You're right. Oh my gosh, Dynamo, you're right. I can't put it above post-war, but I'll put it there. You're right. A lot happened in Baratie. Oh my gosh. I mean, I like Sanji's backstory more in Whole Cake. Obviously, I put it way up here. But the first original one was already compelling. Sanji just feeding the guy, like never turn. I actually do that now where I clear my plates off because I'm like, I can't waste food. Someone else is starving right now. I will never waste food. Like I actually carry that moral around with me because of that backstory. So a lot happened. Mihawk, oh my gosh, come on. Everyone loves Mihawk. That's like, here's the thing. Baratie is Sanji's romance done. And Mihawk's romance done as a parallel to Luffy and Shanks. They're both they both have like those OP characters who we still don't know much about, and they both have a Straw Hat who we know a lot about now. Very interesting. What's next? Arlong Park. Dun 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 dun. Nakama. Super. All right, chill. Arlong Park gives me nostalgia. I would give him B. Ooh, Dynamo here with the B rank Arlong. Let's take a look here. Oh yeah, Arlong's going to B. You right. No, Arlong's a good arc. We got the walk to Arlong. We got Nami stabbing her arm and crying. Luffy puts, Luffy, he goes, bang, Nakama. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, that's such a great moment. I relate a lot to Nami, actually. Dynamo and Zoro has the damage dealt against Mihawk. Yes. And we get introduced to what's the octopus guy who gets shot in Saburi, which triggers Luffy to punch him. Think. Hachi. Remember him? Remember Hachi? Shout out Hachi. I'd put this above Return to Saburi, below Skypia. I'd put it right there. I think Arlong was great. You know, first introduction of Fishman. Arlong himself has all those rings and stuff. I thought he was dripped out. I was like, oh my god, this guy's a beast. Nami's backstory. Oh, come on. Nami, like I said, Nami stabbing herself. Luffy. I didn't like the Luffy underwater part where they stretched his neck out. I was like, this is just goofy, man. What's going on here, Luffy? That rhymed unintentionally. Holy cow. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Logtown. It's time to get serious here, boys. Time to get serious here. R.I.P. serious. Logtown. Logtown's fine. I like it one more than Drum, I think. I think Logtown... Dynamo. Logtown Smoker looked badass back then. Bro, when he was in that room and he was smoking, and it's just everywhere. You're like, what? Who's this guy? That's the first time we saw a badass Marine, actually, I think. Unless you think Captain Jack with the one arm was badass. Then, hey, to each their own, right? I mean, if you thought that was badass, that's fine, I guess. Yeah, Logtown was fine. You know, we found out about Dragon later, so that paid off. Luffy smiling before he's about to get executed. Then the lightning bolt, kind of hinting at themes of fate. Interesting. What else happened? Nothing, really. Reverse Mountain, C tier. It did what it needed to do. There's nothing wrong with Reverse Mountain. Introduce Laboon. Just kind of they go over the mountain, get in the whale, they stare off with Crocus. And then they leave and they meet they meet Vivi and Mr. Nine, maybe. Honestly, that might be the bottom. It's just an arc it's like 2 episodes and it's a thing. Like there's nothing bad about it. It's not like, oh, I hate this arc. It's just okay. Like to me it's like, okay. Yeah, we did that. Cool. Whiskey Peak. We got Booger Flicker and Umbrella Girl. How do I feel about that? I think one better than Syrup. I thought Whiskey was okay. Again, like finding out about VV. It was just more and more buildup. It's like here we go. Let's take a look at this here. Reverse Mountain to Whiskey Peak to Little Garden to Drum to out. See how it built up there? It literally hopped up tiers. I think that's just part of the natural buildup for this arc progression, and I think Little Garden is honestly the bottom. Actually, my co-host T Funny Bunny, he had to convince me that this arc was terrible, and I tried to defend it, and I tried for days. Like, this is seriously, we were like, I was like Kuzan, and he was like Aokiji, and he's like, bro, this is the worst arc in One Piece. I'm telling you right now, Little Garden is the worst arc in One. And I held my ground, and I fought back for 10 days straight. And he finally convinced me. He got the best of me, and I think he's right. Little Garden, unfortunately, is a bit slow. A lot of bit slow. And it's not terrible. It's not egregious. Okay, here's the thing. Little Garden in any other anime would be like a B tier arc. Like, it's fine. It's fine. But to me, it's just not that interesting. We get introduced to giants. We get Usopp's goal. When I see that pay off, I might regret this when I see this pay off in Elbaf. You know what I mean? I might regret this. We'll have to see. But yeah, I didn't have a D tier. I don't think there's a inherently bad arc in One Piece. That's why. Let's just do a double zoom in here and get a final look at this. Tell me if you agree or disagree in the comments. Go ahead and leave a like on the video if you made it this far. Thank you. I appreciate it. Shout out to Dynamo. Always here. Always with great takes. I just love hearing what you have to say, Dynamo, in the chat. And you make these streams more lively than they could have been without you. So for that, I love you and I appreciate you. Yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. If this video somehow gets messed up and is 360p, thank you for supporting. Maya the dog needs to go out. I love you all. Peace. Love you, Dynamo.